Hi Stampin' friends. Tonight we're using the Detailed Dove dies. They are on page 13 of the Holiday Mini Catalog, or if you want to call it the August through December catalog. You can see here where they've done these in several different types of things. You can use gold or silver. You can put vellum behind the pretty white if you use Whisper White. I actually did not buy the stamp set on this one. I want to show you how I'm using the actual Wrapped in Christmas sentiment set with this, and I think it turned out really cute. This has several different pieces. If you buy the stamp set here, it has an ornament and several other things. And then if you're like me and you are feeling kind of thrifty, it has the really pretty dove and then some things that you can still use. Even if you did not buy the stamp set, it still has some greenery and things like that that you can add to your card. I wanted to show you a couple of other things. First of all, this is a piece of 5.5 by, or not 5.5, gosh, obviously, 8.5 by 6, and I just accidentally did that. I'm pretty sure it would be the same for 5.5 because I wasn't really very careful. You can get 2 full birds out of this plus 2 extra pieces. So it is fairly economical of your cardstock if this is something that you're thinking about for Christmas. So anyways, just wanted to let you know about that. And then I think I am ready to get started. I'm going to show you a Stamparatus use for this tonight, and I hope that you will think it's useful. Okay, so what I'm doing is using my Stamparatus. I have the card base itself, thick Whisper White on here. And what I did was I made marks on here, and then I put Peace on Earth because that's the stamp set that I'm going to use with this. And you can see here how I've already used this paper once before, but this will not conflict with what I'm doing down here because here's my marks up here that I used for my little owls. So I made my marks here for the sides of my full-size card, and I put that on there like that. And then this is a strange size from what we normally do. I thought the large white base kind of made an interesting look. So what I'm trying to do here basically is just get the piece of gorgeous grape this is that I've embossed with one of the embossing folders, one of those narrow ones that are in the big catalog, in the annual catalog. So what I wanted to do is just get this centered within here as best I can. Just kind of eyeballing it to see, you know, make sure that it looks centered. And then I'm going to move these guys up here out of the way and hold it down like that. And then I've put my Peace on Earth here, so I'm ready to go. I've lined that up in the past, you know, I've already done that. And I wanted to show you this and then also say, remember when you're stamping with this, if you want to stamp another color or some other way, or maybe use a stamp and a punch, you can always just slip a piece of trash cardstock in here, you know, however you want, and do it close to the edge, and stamp it and punch it out so that you don't have to, once you've found the right place you want to put this, and maybe you're going to use it again for some more cards, you can leave this stuck on here and still use it for other things. So just something to think about. So now I'm getting my gorgeous grape, and I'm just inking that up. Hopefully I'll get it right the first time, but if I don't, we have the Stamparatus. Okay, and you can see that it is fairly well lined up. I will show you just a second. You can see the Peace on Earth on there. I'm just going to move this out of my way and get started mounting this on here. So I think I would like to have some dimensionals lifting up this unusual sized piece of cardstock. I think it would look kind of nice to have it lifted. So do this in the corners. And it's so small, I think it would be fine to go ahead and leave this center without anything on it, because I don't believe it's going to dip down too much in the center. So then what I'm trying to do is get it right back in the center again where I had it. And you could have gone ahead and stuck this down while you had it on the Stamparatus. That would have been fine too. And then just put your little metal bars back on there, your magnet bars back on. Okay, so this is nice and simple. I think you could make several of these. And what I did with this, I really like the way this looks with the vellum behind it, because to me, it makes it look like it has motion somehow. You could also offset it a little bit, like, you know, where it's kind of like that, to create a look. Whoops, I don't have that in the frame, sorry. To create a look of motion. So what I'm gonna do is just stick this down. I'm gonna put adhesive on the pieces that are largest, and then I kind of like the way it looks when it kind of curls up. I don't know if you noticed, it was kind of like that in the catalog too, kind of curled up at the top. It looks kind of neat. So also, I don't know if you noticed in the catalog, the way that they had them arranged. Typically, you might turn this over, but I think for this, it probably looks better to use the, like, let me try to explain. You would typically have it like this. But I think for this, you know, like it's flying, I think it's fine to have them both going this way. So there's that. So what I would do is either use just regular adhesive or use glue dots to glue down the wings. And then I would put my bird up on dimensionals as best I can, at least the belly and the tail of the bird up on dimensionals. And I guess I should have punched here. I should have cut a piece of vellum to go under that as well. So let me work on that real quick. You'll see what I'm talking about. So basically what I was trying to say is you're going to put one in front and one in back on this little bird. Oops. There we go. So make that the one in back. And if you have any problems getting it just like you want it, that would be the one to put in the back. So I'm going to kind of imagine here. Whoops. Kind of put it like that. Just kind of play with it a second and get it just like I want it. Because I kind of like how it looks like it's just purple behind a bird. To me, that's kind of cute. So, and if it's not to you, that's totally fine too. That's what's kind of fun about these. The angle and stuff like that is what you can do totally for yourself. Oh, I'm glad you like the different sizes of mats, Carla. I like to vary that too, because it just kind of gives a little bit of interest to your cards. I'm gonna put that in here. And I'm gonna put, what I wanna be careful of when I put the dimensional under the little bird's head, I wanna be sure that I don't get it under his eye, because you could put a rhinestone or something on there, but I do not want to put the back side of a dimensional under there. That would not be cute. Just a little bit right under here. So now you could add a lot of different things to this card. You could put some ribbon across the bottom here, but since I have these textures, I kind of like to leave the texture. So and that's kind of up to you. I could also put some rhinestones over here. That would be really cute. But what I think is nice about this card is it's very simple, and it certainly would mail for just the regular, ordinary 55-cent stamp. And sometimes at Christmas, that can help us have more money for other things if we can mail our stuff for a regular price. So I think this card is striking. What would also be really pretty is a tiny mat of gold around here. Of your gold foil. And remember, you can always cut the center out of your gold foil. You don't want to waste what's in there. You can use it to make a punch, like a tree punch, or you could cut out, use a square, a rectangle, excuse me, well, you could use a square too, or a circle that's just smaller, so that the only part that you're actually using is what's sticking out on the edge. That would really make your card pop. I think that would be a really cute one. So anyway, just something simple here with this first one. And now I'm going to use Real Red with this. And I wanted to show you a couple of different things on this. It's not really all that exciting, but this is the little diamond. It says diamonds. I don't know. To me, they're squares on edge because they're not actually elongated. But anyway, I did that in Real Red in this embossing folder. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down to the Whisper White. To me, what I was trying to say is this one, I had to cut my card just a little bit smaller. So, you know, don't ever be afraid to, if you've cut this to the layer size and you're layering it and it ends up being skewed one direction, what this one does is it becomes, trying to think how to say it. It becomes a lot shorter and not very much narrower. So it loses space vertically and very little horizontally. So I had to trim all of the red, well, not the red, the white and this bottom red, so that it would look more, not I'm gonna say perfect, we don't care if it's perfect, but you know, a little like a better match of distance on this. I like them to be fairly even. And now I'm just gonna put dimensionals under this, using the big ones. Okay. Whoops. Golly, I stuck them all to my fingers. Sorry. Okay, there we are. So now I'm mounting this on here. And I'm going to talk about color real quick. And you guys may think I'm completely crazy. But to me, certain greens can make things look elegant, whereas other greens may make things look country. And that may even vary from year to year, how things look based on the way that we perceive them because of fashion trends or whatever. But to me, it really depends what color green you use with Real Red, how it looks. Because to me, Real Red is our best and most versatile red. And it's because it's so bright, it's so pretty, but then you can also make it look elegant by adding some gold, or you could make it look country by adding other colors. So, all right, so now I'm going to add, I'm just kind of free-forming this because we don't have a square to stay in or anything, so kind of different than the last one. Kind of imagine, oops, I might want to scoot it back just a little. Because I do kind of want it centered. Here we are. Maybe like that. All right, then I'm gonna use my tiny dimensionals again. All right, and then what I wanted to show you was kind of different ways that you could finish this card. You could add Joy to the World at the bottom, and I think it would be really pretty to add a variety of different ribbons. You could put a white ribbon, and of course you'd put the Joy of the World on the top. You could put a little tie on one side or the other. You could also use our this solid white ribbon. Let me try to get it over there for you to see. It's kind of thicker. That would also be really pretty on there, and you can kind of see the red through it. That's another look. Kind of gives it a rustic look. This would look gorgeous if instead of the red embossed, if I used craft. That would look really pretty too, kind of give the red more of a pop. Then you could also even just use the pretty polka dot that we have. And that would give it kind of more of a country look, I think. To put that and then the Joy to the World on top of that. So you can see that how I've changed the look with just a little bit of different embellishment, and just something to think about as you're, as you decide what you're going to do for your Christmas cards. Just other little options on that. Well, one thing I also wanted to show you was, you may think this is silly, and I'm not sure that I'm convinced on it myself, but it could be really cute to have a little Joy to the World tag, as if the dove is carrying a little tag. So, if you think it's too hokey, that's totally fine. That's why I showed the Joy to the World one first, or the one that was cut with the classic tag first. Okay, so I'm tying this in a bow, but you don't have to. It would be more economical, and if you're doing multiples, and even economical of time, to use the use just a tie at the top. Just tie it over. But I'm always one for extra, so there we are. I'm going to trim the ends real quick. And this ribbon does kind of fray, so you do have to be kind of careful how you cut it, because it's one to fray. Okay, then I'm imagining this just kind of being on there like this, and then you could use, this is kind of what I was talking about here, you could put some greenery down here, and then use the same green, use a different piece here with the same green here, like it's dangling off of the greenery, as just another possible choice. Kind of like it's in the little dove's mouth. And then this is the garden green. And let me see if I can show you how different it looks when you use, this is the shaded spruce. To me, this looks very elegant and would probably look really nice with gold. And then you can see here that the little, what do you call those? I guess little places for berries, little circles. Those would be gorgeous if you put, in the centers, if you put the red rhinestones. That would be super sweet. And this would also look great, of course, if you used Old Olive, which is my other kind of favorite-y sort of green. And I may have lost the Old Olive one. Okay, oh no, there it is. It was sneaky. There we are. See it just kind of tucked in there like that. That would be cute. You could put a few extra in there as well. So like it's holding on to that. So anyway, I will let you see what you think about that. Hold up a little closer to the camera. So there we go. It could look like it's carrying a message, almost like a little homing pigeon or something. So that's one choice on this one. And then I have one more for you. If you'll notice in the catalog, that was page 13, that they also have one where the wings are spread. So you can see that they have flipped it over and used that for the underside here. So I'm going to do it the opposite. Instead of gluing the front side, I'm going to glue back side to back side. Like that. And then this one I'm going to go ahead and glue normally. Now this is the Whisper White background. So one thing you could do on this, as always, and with any of these, is add some Wink of Stella. If you think it needs a little more shine and shimmer, that would be gorgeous. Okay, so there we are. This is a piece of paper from the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. And it is one of the ones that's on sale this month, so you might consider this. This has several kind of what I would consider backgrounds. So if you're liking the snowflakes, this is one of the back sides of, not to be rude, but this isn't my favorite of the snowflake paper. There are some others that are really, really pretty. And to me, I like this background better as a background piece. So that's what I chose for this. Let me go ahead and stick that down. Oh, no, I'm not. I want to put some ribbon on it. Forgot about that. I want to use the pretty Misty Moonlight ribbon. And I think I would like to put it around the bottom where the sentiment is going to go. So I'll run adhesive up both sides. See if I got that, looks like. So that I can get it centered. Cut that. I think this may be one of my favorite end colors in a while because we just didn't have a blue this color. So it is a nice one. So there we are, lighting that up as best I can. Occurs to me I need to stop saying as best I can. Sorry. Okay, so now I've got everything fairly ready to go on this. So I'm just going to put my adhesive here in the middle. Whoops. Okay. So what I'm doing is I want to put this one on the front, so I might just kind of place it tentatively on there. And I want to put this one on the back side. Let me turn it around so I can give myself a little bit of help with this. And imagine it being at the same spot on the card. Okay, I'll lower that just a little bit. I'm going to put some adhesive on this side as well so I can stick that to the back of the bird. There we are. And these are really kind of fun to put together. I've kind of enjoyed the birds. They're kind of different. Okay. So you kind of just have to play with it until it looks like you think birds look. So that makes it easy. And then you can just stick it down because this is our solid whisper white. So I want to get plenty of adhesive under the wings themselves. Then I think I will add a couple of dimensionals, maybe under the little bird's head, like that. And then maybe under the body. And the tail. Because this way it kind of looks like it's coming out of the card towards you. So that just kind of adds a little bit. I think that looks really striking. So then I'm just going to stamp with my, where as soon as I find it I am. Oh, I set it over here so I could find it easily. Isn't that always how it works? You try to make it easy on yourself and you make it harder. Okay, this is the Peace and Happiness. This is from Itty Bitty Christmas, which is one of my favorite Christmas sets because it has so many things that you can say for Christmas. So then I just stamp that, and this is in our Misty Moonlight again. And then I'm just going to use that classic label punch. Where did I set it? Here we are. And it's so nice for almost, you know, a majority of the ones in the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set can be punched out with this. There are a few that are kind of for round punches or dies, but a lot of them are this kind of nice and thin little size. Okay, so you could put, there's a lot of choices still to be made. You could put your Peace and Happiness in the middle or over to the side, whichever appeals to you. So I think I'm going to just put mine right on top of the ribbon. Maybe like, kind of like it's right under the bird. So there we are. And then maybe you might want to put, oh, I don't care for that color. I think maybe the, oh no, I don't know what I like. Maybe I would like this. No, okay. Maybe I would like a gold branch in its mouth. I think that might actually be prettier, or a little more striking at least. Another thing I think would be pretty with this is to put these little blue gems. I don't know if you've noticed those in the catalog, but they're really pretty, and they have a lot of shimmer and shine. They're kind of iridescent or opalescent. You would say, I don't know if you can see that. There's a light batch and a dark batch. I kind of think the dark ones would look really nice on here. I'm just going to put one right there and one right there. Just kind of adds a little more interest to our card. And we could go ahead and bling this up a little more with maybe some sequins just kind of interspersed through here. So anyway, that's just how to put together the detailed dove dies, and a couple of different ways to use the dove dies. I think that they will be easy to use and fairly quick this Christmas. So I do appreciate you watching, and have a great weekend. I hope you have some time for stamping. Bye-bye.